Happy New Year, everyone. Akemashite omedetou gozaimasu. On behalf of myself and the Buddhist Church of Oakland, we really want to wish you a Happy New Year as we go into this new year, 2021, with, I hope, a spirit of optimism, of kindness, thinking about the health and happiness of not only myself, my family, my loved ones, my temple, but everyone. All beings even, right? The ultimate wish of the Buddha. Now, thinking about 2021, right? Looking into this new year, part of that is thinking, how do I want to be? How do I want to be in this new year? Isn't that part of like New Year's resolutions? Thinking about what do I want to change? But maybe another way to think of how do I want to be? And so I'd like to suggest 3 B's to help us with this question from a Buddhist perspective. The 3 B's are be aware, be kind, and be yourself. Be aware is part of Buddhism. It's connected to Buddha's enlightenment. Right? Ultimately, to be aware would be to see things with Buddha's wisdom, to see things as they truly are. Impermanent, interconnected, all one. This is one of the fun things about Buddhism, interesting, exciting, fascinating, right? Is this philosophical aspect of Buddhism. What does Buddha say about reality? What does Buddha say about being alive? Right? What does Buddha say about how we interrelate with each other? And so to be aware of that, right? Maybe I can realize I don't know a lot of that. I want to know more. I want to increase my awareness of what Buddha teaches, of the way things really are. Now this awareness, so it could be that wisdom of the Buddha, or it could be more mindfulness, right? And mindfulness is a kind of a buzzword for the past few years, but I think it is can be very helpful, especially maybe in this continuing pandemic, to be aware, to be mindful of my feelings, to be mindful of what's going on, to try and be aware of, what is real messages that we're getting and what is maybe not. It's really hard to filter through all this information we get. There's so many opinions and conspiracies and messages that, maybe we should trust, maybe we shouldn't. It's hard to know, right? But thinking of it in this way, I want to be more aware. In order to be aware, though, I need to have more than one viewpoint, right? To be truly aware, part of awareness is realizing one viewpoint isn't enough. One viewpoint may not be accurate. 2 might be better. 3, 5, 10, 50, 100, 1,000. Right? Kind of like a Picasso painting, right? That realistic view that we get with a photograph might not be real at all. Right? Maybe there are different ways to view the situation. If we look at a photo from 2 seconds later, it might tell a completely different story. Or the photo could have been manipulated. Right? So this kind of awareness, I think, is a kind of interesting, exciting, positive part of Buddhism. Now, on top of to being aware is be kind. This is a fundamental aspect of Buddhism, going to not only Buddha's wisdom, but Buddha's compassion. Right? The Buddha has compassion for all beings. It's a really high bar. Right? It's something that I probably cannot manifest just on my own. But this teaching, be kind and gentle, this teaching of friendliness, right? This kindness, I think, is a fundamental aspect of Buddhism, of how we want to try to be kind to others. It's not just about me. And this be kind to others is about me, but it's also about my family, it's about my friends, but it's also about my enemies. It's about people I don't even know. It's about people in other countries. Right? Ultimately, it's not drawn, there are no boundaries to this. We should try to be kind to everyone. Really hard. But I think holding that as kind of a fundamental way to be is an important aspect of Buddhism. The final one is be yourself. Now this one is more Shin Buddhist. Our Buddhist Church of Oakland is part of Jodo Shinshu, this teaching of Shinran Shonin that grew out originally from India, in China and Japan, but with medieval Japan and Shinran Shonin had some really deep insights into Buddhism, how difficult it can be. Okay? And our path is that ultimately you should be yourself. It's okay to be yourself. Trying to figure out who am I, what is myself is part of it. Right? But also that realizing I am imperfect. And yet that's what Buddha was about. That's Buddha's wisdom and compassion, is trying to embrace someone like me who's not enlightened. Someone like me who is foolish. Someone like me who is unawakened, ignorant, filled with anger and greed. So it's an interesting teaching. There's kind of a paradox, because part of it is I can be myself. I'm okay as I am. And Buddhism lets me be myself. But Buddha also lets me be better than myself. Right? Aspiring to be aware, to be kind, inspired by Buddha's wisdom and compassion, there's a kind of a transformation that goes on. So while at the same time I'm being myself and okay in the midst of all my failings, I'm also transformed and lifted up, I think, a bit, and hopefully able to manifest some of Buddha's wisdom and compassion. So with this teaching of the 3 Bs, I hope we can go into this new year with some grounding, right? Some idea, something to think about. How do I want to be? And I hope that these are ways that you might want to try and take on yourself. The other teaching I want to just suggest for this new year, I mean, part of it is like, we're like, good, 2020 is over. I don't want to think about it anymore. But as much as it's over, things are still kind of going the same way too, and we don't know which way they're going to go. We never know which way things are going to go. And so Buddhism suggests a few things like patience, endurance, but the one I want to suggest is another big word, equanimity. Equanimity, another way to say it maybe is calm balance. Calm balance. Not getting too excited, not getting too upset. Well, but be yourself. You know, you might find yourself in that position, but then at the same time getting really upset, but then realizing, okay, I got to back up, right? I got to let go of this. Maybe I'm thinking about it too much. Maybe I'm holding on to that anger or that fear or that anxiety too much. Kind of relax, right? And aspire for this equanimity. Now, the most important part of our school, this is kind of Pure Land Buddhism, we recite Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu is taking refuge in Amida Buddha. Namo Amida Butsu is kind of stepping back from my life, my existence, and the way I see it, and realizing, oh, there's wisdom and compassion here. There's more than what I see. There's more than just what I'm feeling right now. Right? So that when we say Namo Amida Butsu, maybe some of that equanimity will come up in us as well. So I want to thank you so much. 2020 was a rough year. 2021, let's go into it with strength, with patience, with equanimity, as we try to be aware, to be kind, and to be ourselves. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo Amida Butsu. Namo.